We are the New York Knicks. 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 Say go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go. Say go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Knicks Cave. I'm Jan, the Knicks fan, your host, and let's get right into it. But before we get into it, I want you to do me one small favor. I want you to hit that like button. I definitely want you to subscribe, leave a comment. You want to know when the next video is going to drop, hit the notification bell. Well, this is, I know the thumbnail says it's a pre-game Minnesota Timberwolves, and it is. But I really just wanted to talk about the New York Knicks defense. But first, what I'm worried about this game is that Minnesota's coming in. They're 20th in the league. They score 110 points a game. They have a defensive rating of 110 also. And they're ranked ninth, net rating of 15th, assists per game they're 10th. The New York Knicks, though, the problem with the New York Knicks lately has been the three-point shot. And I know coming into the game with the Boston Celtics, and I know this is a game preview of Minnesota Timberwolves, but coming into that game, we seen how the New York Knicks got destroyed. And I'm gonna talk about 5 games, the 5 games that the New York Knicks have lost. The Knicks are 4-5 right now. We are 7th place in the Eastern Conference. And the reason we lost them 5 games, and if we continue this path, we would continue put like this. We'd be in the lottery. I'm gonna be honest. There's no other way to put it. We would be in the lottery if the New York Knicks continue this way. If our coach don't make any type of changes, I know he made a little switch in the lineup. But to be honest with you, after watching that game in Boston and then going back and watching film tape, whatever you want to call it, of the last 5 defeats, it's not just a change in lineup that's necessary. It's a change in defensive schemes. I know y'all heard me complain about it before, especially last year. I went crazy on it. But Tom Thibodeau like to use a set called ice. I mean, he used other schemes, but he basically depends on ice when defending, teams, when they get going down in the stretch, the game get late, whatever, the game get close. He's called upon this defense, which this defense, if we was in 1970 or 1980s, you know what I'm saying, or even the early 2000s, it would be the perfect defense. But in this year, this age, is not. The New York Knicks is running an old style defense while everybody else is put it like this in the Jetsons. They're doing the George Jefferson or whatever you want to call it. They're moving in the future. The ice defense is old, and Tom Thibodeau and mainly he do not have the players to run this type of defense. And like I said, because the defense is old, the players today has evolved into better players. Back in the days when Tom Thibodeau won his championship with the Boston Celtics, or when he had his glory days with Chicago Bulls, he ran this style in defense. But at the same time, we didn't have 6'8" or 6'9" or 6'10" forwards and running around that can hit threes, that can move the way they're moving right now. So that's what makes this defense so obsolete. So I know this is a preview of Minnesota, and rightfully so. What I'm trying to get at is it might just be a preview of Boston or what happened. You know what I'm saying? I know Minnesota's not shooting that well from downtown, but actually they are. As a team, they're shooting from downtown at 33.1%. I'm not concentrating on one individual, but if that one individual happens to be shooting over 40 or maybe 38, 39%, he could come here and he can get hot. And what I mean by that, I got 2 clips that I'm going to show later down the line, so please stick with me. And if y'all this far in the video, please hit that like button. When I bring in these clips, you're going to understand everything that I'm talking about, how the New York Knicks, if they continue down this path, they will continue. We will be in the lottery. That's no other way to say it. All right, this video right here, right here, this is a little a glimpse of how Boston just put on a goddamn show from downtown. Just look at it, you know what I'm saying? And it's kind of hard to break down because you don't really get a full set of the video, but you just see Knicks defenders coming out late. And the reason they coming out, getting to the shooter late, is all going to be in the 2 video clips that I'm about to break down. So let's get with the first video clip so we can understand what ice defense really is.
Today I want to talk about a defensive concept called ICE, which is defending the sideline screen and roll. Teams like the Bulls have mastered this and made it very difficult to score for offenses. So let's start into it where we have your typical sideline screen and roll, a guy on the wing with the ball, and the screener coming on an inside screen to the wing. So Ali come across and set that screen. Now stop right there. What the defender has to do is kind of come up this way over here, and he's going to force the ball handler to the baseline. So come over, put your right foot all the way up here. There you go. And then you're going to make contact with the screener. So back up. Yes. Contact with the screener, and then you actually flip your feet around a little bit. Yes. So now he's not going to let this guy go. Even if he tries to go this way, he's not going to let him go. So come back to read with the one here. So the other part of ICE, which is really key, is that the guy guarding the screener is going to come down here to contain. Now, I want you to go here. You're actually going to almost show him some space to the lane. There you go. Really take away that lane. Even if he's going to come into here, you're going to stay with him, It almost becomes a double team. Okay, so hold the ball there. That is a great way to contain the pick and roll. The key here is that you don't need a third defender to rotate. Understand that? Because he is here sunk down, you are taking away the penetration. So you might ask, well, what are you giving up? Well, that is pretty simple. It's the pop, the pick and pop. However,
I want you to listen to what he said at the end of this video.
Bulls have made a living off of giving up
The pop.
long twos. And let me tell you, that's all you're going to get out of this thing.
As you see, that he said that the only thing you're going to get out of this defensive scheme is a long two. And this is what I mean by the game evolving into the three-point shot. You're not going to just get a long two out of this. You're going to get the three-point shot. And with today's players, where most players come into the league working on a three-point shot, the New York Knicks is going to get killed. That's just. You heard him. You heard what the man said. Now I'm gonna get to the second video right now, where this right here is going to show you how this is breaking down how to destroy the ICE, the defensive scheme. Whereas you heard him say that the only thing you're going to get out of this shot is the pop, and I beg to differ. Is you're going to get more than a pop out of it. And as this video going to explain right now, let's hit this video real quick.
But we're going to talk today a little bit about how you attack this situation.
How do you attack the ICE?
So
How you attack
We have
it.
some progressions that make it easy for people to follow. Right. So let's run through the first progression of how you want to attack ICE,
Right.
and you can practice this.
And so we're, again, the premise is ball reversal from the middle of the floor into a wing pick and roll, pass and follow. And so once Nick calls on ICE, 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 as I'm running into it,
ICE, ICE, ICE.
the defender. Now, this is a mistake a lot of young players make as that ICE defender jumps. One of the things I don't want to do probably is try to force this situation like this. Like get in here, and all of a sudden Mace gets all tangled up. He can't get off it.
Yeah.
It's just a tangled mess, okay? So one of the things I'm going to do as the screener is I'm going to put Jefferson Mason in a
This is what This is what happened to Obi Toppin.
ICE, ICE,
ICE, ICE, ICE.
I'm going to come in and I'm going to flip the screen and I'm going to try to knock this defender off. Now, one of the things that Mace is doing is he's looking at how you're playing the coverage. If you're too far dropped, he's going to shoot it right in your face. And so what's important when you're playing ICE coverage is to know the players involved. What are the players involved? Is this a shooter? Is this not a shooter? Is this a shooter or not a shooter? You've got to know the combination.
In today's game, most players are shooters.
If I'm running into it, get back to the coverage, I reverse it, you call ICE.
ICE, ICE.
I'm going to come and flip the screen. If Mace is a great shooter, he's going to, if you're too far dropped, he's going to shoot it. That's number one. That's the first way to beat it, okay? Come into it.
That's
ICE,
number
ICE,
one.
ICE.
ICE, ICE, ICE.
I flip it. Now Mace is looking at you. If you're up too far and you're too far in, he's going to attack your outside shoulder.
Okay.
So these guards that are in these pick and roll scenarios,
How many times we seen Donovan Mitchell kill us the other game in
They
Cleveland?
can shoot threes. It makes you have to press up. If you press up and you don't have great lateral quickness, he can put the ball on the deck and drive left. He's going to attack your outside shoulder. Okay, so that's two ways. Shot, attack your outside shoulder. Third scenario is
ICE, ICE,
ice,
ICE.
ice, ice. I come in and flip it. You're to the outside now. He can't beat you outside. Now he can snake. He can cross over snake. I'm going to go behind. If he can beat you for shot, fine. If I get the trail guard behind me, I've got pocket pass here for shot.
Yep.
Okay?
Okay.
So that's the third way. Okay? The other way too is we can go into a post-up situation like this too. So
Now, this was happening to Jalen Bronson and Rose the other game against Atlanta and Boston.
I'm just going to slide behind and try to post up, and this is where I can get a Patty Mills on me, or I can get a Tony Parker, a small guard. I got a mouse in the house, and now you're in trouble. Okay, so that's another way.
Love it.
So,
And this is why I'm worried about the Minnesota game, because even though they're shooting 33% from downtown, like I said, they got one player shooting like 37, 38% from downtown on the team, or even two players that in the percentage range, and they get hot. You know what I'm saying? Even a player that shoot 29%, he might miss 2 or 3 threes, but he's going to get open to hit that three. And if the way Boston went, because you seen Novan Vonleh hitting threes, and that was his first 3 attempt of the season. And what I'm trying to say, because the New York Knicks play this style of defense, it's going to leave a lot of teams open, a lot of players open, and players that don't make a high percentage shots from downtown are going to be hitting them shots because they're open, so they're going to feel confident. You see what Housing did for us in Boston. You know, Boston shot from downtown 53%. They went 27 from 51 from downtown, breaking a team record. And that's just the three. If you're talking about the field goal percentage that the Knicks give up, because like I said, they can snake around or hit the big man off when he dives to the paint, because he's going to have a smaller player on him every time, because this is the way the defense is ran. So I'm telling you right now, if the New York Knicks don't change the defense, but put like this, if Coach Thibodeau, our coach of the year, don't change the defensive scheme from 1970, the New York Knicks don't have a chance going down line. We will beat teams that have low percentage shooting from downtown, but who knows, if one of them guys on that team happen to have a good night, it's going to be the same thing, because we shouldn't have struggled against Philadelphia, even though Philadelphia, we won that game. Joel Bean was out, and if I even talk about, let me see, Philadelphia shot from downtown, what? 28%. 13 from 47. This is what they made on us. That's the game we played. We beat them. We shot 28%, but they averaged 39% from downtown. And you got to take in fact that James Harden is not playing, so all that percentage really go to James Harden. So the Hornets came into the to that game. We beat them. They shot 42% from downtown. They made 13 threes out of 31 shots. They averaged 35.7% from downtown as a team. We was lucky to slide away with that win. But again, they didn't have any key players. Their star players was out. The Magic, again, a win. This is a win. The Magic, we held them to 20% from shooting downtown. They shot 7 from 35, and they only averaged 31% from downtown. But if you think about the Magic as the season go along, and you're watching them right now, they're getting better. Matter of fact, they just beat Golden State Warriors. I know the Golden State is on a little slump right now, but what I'm trying to say, if teams have a good night, they're going to kill the New York Knicks in this style, this defense, because it don't even work against the field goal percentage. Because if the point guard on the opposing team was to reverse the play, is a fast break on the other side, or a big man posting up our smaller point guard. If this guy don't change the defense, the Knicks is going to be in the lottery once again, and maybe all them picks we got will come into, who knows? You know what I'm saying? We'll all be yelling for Victor Wanyama. I can't pronounce his last name, but y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. And we will not be in any contentions of getting him, because we know how the New York Knicks go when it comes to the draft and the lottery picks. But Tom Thibodeau needs to change his defensive scheme for the New York Knicks to be successful going down line further into the season. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section. And once again, if y'all got this far, please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And with that being said, I want everybody to stay safe. God bless and peace.